Gavin, my friend, here we are. This is just an update of what we found with your bike. This is a mechanics map, or my map, I should say, of the findings of the coils. You have one failed coil out of all four, and you have one coil that is on the verge of failing, but hasn't failed yet. I'll explain how. Removing your coils in the spark plugs. The spark plugs themselves look good, but the two coils that have failed is number 4, and number 3 is going to. It just hasn't done it yet. So here's what we have. In your compression test, cylinders 1, 200, cylinders 2, 197, 199, and 198. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 cylinders. On the secondary windings on your coils, has nothing to do with compression, but on the secondary windings on your coils, you've got consistent numbers except for number 4, and that's obviously a failed. And on your primary windings, it's consistent on all 4 of them, but it doesn't matter. Each coil has a secondary winding and a primary winding. So there's a test that's done up here, and then there's a test that's done at the top, at the bottom. And on these coils, these two are the problem. Let me just put this into my hands-free device here. Thanks again to Mark Avis for the ability to do this. And tilt that down a whole lot. All right, so here we have, 3 and 4. So 4 we know is a fail because when we check the map, you'll see here that the secondary winding is a fail. So we don't need to really look at that one. Number 3 actually shows consistent on primary and good on secondary, but when I pull the spark plug out of the cap, you can clearly see that there is rust on the tip of that spark plug, and that rust is coming from inside this cap. So even though this coil is tested good, I'm going to say that it's on the verge of not doing very well and potentially is going to fail. That is the findings with the compression test and the coils. The compression test numbers actually are somewhat respectful. 200 is a fantastic number for this engine. So 200, 197, 199, these 3 cylinders, 1, 2, 3, are really good. But 189, yeah. I actually tested that one 3 times, and consistently I got a low number. So it's a good thing that we're going in to do a valve service, because I suspect you're going to need it at least on number 4. Now, moving right along to the meat and potatoes. Put this back up here. Your bike has been completely stripped. Remove the radiator because we're going in to do a valve service, and this is really the only way to get access to it, so everything comes apart. I think I mentioned this to you sometime in our text history, but I can't recall. I'll have to go back and look at it, but I was mentioning to you that I think your bike probably needs a cam chain tensioner, and at this point, there are now 3 things that your bike needs. It needs the valve service done for, at minimum, cylinder number 4. It needs a replacement coil, or 2 coils, I should say, 3 and 4. And lastly, I think this bike needs a cam chain tensioner. Now, the tensioner, I should mention, is this guy right here. There's really nothing too flashy about it at all. This is the factory OEM cam chain tensioner. And these guys are good for, a few thousand kilometers before the owner of the bike is not very timely in the oil changes, or abuses the bike, rides it very hard. These cam chain tensioners are not very good, and really the only way to get extended life out of them is to be religious about oil changes and being good with the bike. It doesn't mean you can't abuse it, just means that abuse means that the cam chain tensioner doesn't last nearly as long as it should. I've removed this inspection cover from the side of your bike, and what you're looking at here is a timing wheel for the magnetic pickup, which is down here, the cam chain, and the cam chain tensioner. Cam chain tensioner guide, I should say. I'm going to rock this engine back and forth with this tool, and you're going to see this guy flex back and forth. And this is left and right. You can see that guy moving. That amount of flex in the engine is enough. See that? Is enough to throw off the timing of the engine for it to run as badly as it has been, which is initially why you brought your bike into me in the first place. So I'm going to say we need to add, we're going to do a valve inspection, probably a service. We're going to do now 2 coils and the cam chain tensioner. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's the update with where we're at right now.